All right, this is my quote app. I'll just do a simple walkthrough. To start off, we've got our most recently added quote here. Basically, the idea is that this is an app that will let users save quotes that they like or that they found meaningful. So we can see I've already built a small list of quotes. Some of them are just random things I came up with or found. Some of them are actually a little bit meaningful. But as we can see, we got them listed here. This is the idea. You can make new ones. I'll just make a new one here, just a test one to show you how it works. So we've got a quote there. And we have the source here, and then we can do any keywords like listing or video. There we go. We add that one. If we go down to the bottom, there it is. It shows up. Also shows up right here in the most recently added. So it's pretty neat. You can edit these, and what will happen when you edit these is it just jumps you back to the create view. It just changes a few things, and it auto populates the fields so that you can just edit them like this. We can update it, and if we go back down, as we can see, we updated it. You can also delete them. So if you just hit the delete button, it'll reload this view, go down, and it won't be there anymore. It'll also change the most recently added. There. The other thing you can do is you can search. And so if you hit search here, you can see where it prompts you for a word, do THE or the, and this will search for a combination of any of these three. So a combination of THE. So as we can see, there's no actually the isn't in this word, but we see it's got THE. So it'll search for that. You can also search for source. So let's go stuff I found on the internet that I don't necessarily know who said it. We've got these here. And then you can search by keyword and search for anything from Star Wars. So we've got a nice list here. This basically anywhere, any tag that has Star Wars in it will show up when you search there. So yeah, that is my quote app. To look through some of the code here, jump to our main activity. This is the main activity. I only used one activity for this app. I just used fragments to switch the different views. So here we're setting up our default fragment, setting up the navigation listener when you click on the buttons, and then we've got our function that will replace the current fragment with the new one, depending on which button we press. And so we'll go to our dashboard fragment, since that's the default one we start with. And here we set up the fragment, and once it's set up, we'll read the quotes in, get the index of the last quote to go ahead and fill the most recently added quote text boxes. We'll also add our buttons and then set up our on-click listeners so that we can search for words. And with each one of these searches, it actually goes to a different fragment that isn't on the nav bar, so a different view that I created, and that's handled very similar one right here with our fragment switcher function. So that'll take you to the search fragment. And then here we set up our hint, so late initialization. This is basically going to be the text that goes inside the box that prompts the user for if they're entering a word, a source, or a keyword. And then we've got our on-click listeners for the buttons to switch the fragment and to set up how we're going to sort and search for those things in our list fragment, which controls the displaying of all the quotes. So here we've got our sorting object, our class, and then we've got our quote to delete. If there is a quote to delete, this will be equal to the quote object, or if there isn't, then it'll just be null. If we are searching, this will be the type of search. It'll be word, source, or keyword will be the string that it'd be equal to. And this is the word or keyword that we're actually searching for in each of our quotes. And here we're going to set our sorted quotes list to the quotes that we found through our searches, or if we do not searching through just a list of all the quotes. And this here handles the deleting of the quotes, And then this handles the recycler view, basically sorting through each one or setting up each quote to display and then on the fragment. So to walk through that recycler view, we need an item adapter class. Basically, this takes each quote object and turns it into a small view. And then from that view, the recycler adapter takes it and puts it on the screen one after the other, or puts it on the fragment one after the other on the display surface. So we've got our on-click listeners right here, and then our quote text to go there. And yeah, I basically set up the quotes pretty simple. It's just a data class, and the reading and writing of the files is just to a file on the virtual device. So that is my my app.